What is going on, wrestling fans? It is time for the 4th of July weekend episode of the Piledriver. Your boys are here. You see, we are joined by the one, the only, Pauly, the Hammer, the voice of OCW, the
I don't know where he's
co-host of
at
Double
in
Play
the
CLE,
screen.
our good Betty. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, guys. Happy 4th of July weekend. It's going to
Yeah,
be a exciting weekend of wrestling coming up.
Happy America.
happy America. Yeah. Hope you
Happy
guys are
America.
grilling, drinking some brewskis, lighting off some fireworks, enjoying yourself.
Just remember to back it up, Terry. Just remember to back it up.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry.
Exactly. So before we get into a lot of wrestling action, like we said, we do want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Please be safe. Don't drink and drive. Use your Ubers, use your Lyfts, whatever you have. Be safe. Get back home to your loved ones.
Call us. We'll come get you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you're local.
And now on to the wrestling.
Hold on. If you're the first time listening to us, it's the first time listening to us, I'm your co-host, Dean Big Dog Samples, followed by the man, Mike, best in the world, Alan. And Pauly, we just gave you your massive introduction.
I know. I'm good.
The Hammer.
We're going to give you another one. The Hammer.
The Hammer.
You know, the problem that I'm having with that
ladies.
is people are now starting to ask me why that is my nickname, and I cannot tell them.
Put it on the table.
Think about it.
Just are you a big fan of Thor? Like, yeah, I got
Exactly.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be worthy to wield.
We got a lot of wrestling coming up, especially for OCW. We got the Heritage Grand Prix coming up.
OCW has 3 packed weekends in a row. The next 3 weekends, you got
after
OCW.
after another.
Starting
it's going to be busy.
Like this weekend, the Heritage Grand Prix, which is ultimately a one-night tournament to crown a #1 contender for the Ohio Heritage Championship.
Yes, sir. The winner of the Heritage Grand Prix will challenge Chuck to Truck Morris for the Ohio Heritage Championship at Summerfest in Mogador.
Which Mogador is our loudest crowd of the year. We're very excited for that one.
Yep. So I've heard. I missed last year, unfortunately, but I am excited to be at this one.
Yeah. Mogador Summerfest is phenomenal. They got great food. They got one of them homemade lemonade things like at the fair.
Oh, fuck,
but they got different.
Those are the best,
they got
dude.
different flavors. They got different flavors of lemonade. They're like, you can get watermelon, strawberry, blue raspberry. Yeah.
Blue raspberry, everything. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
And Summerfest marks the 1-year anniversary of our favorite Master Mime making his debut in OCW, and he's 3 wins away from being the #1 contender for the Heritage Championship.
Yeah.
Is that your pick, Paul? I know.
No.
As an announcer, I know that as an announcer, you got to be unbiased, and that's fine. Who's your pick to win this thing?
If you look at the bracket, because you've got the first 4 matches announced, we've got Thunderbird Jake Ely versus the Mastermind Jean-Paul Le Miserable. You've got Asher Knox versus Wilbur Whitlock. The Made Man Gino DiCapo.
That is
definitely. The Made Man Gino DiCapo against the future Jacob Rose. And then you've got the professional Brandon Fields against Bryant Huff.
That's going to be a banger right there.
All 8 of these guys could be the #1 contender. I always go back to Bryant Huff because there's just something about him that is special. And I can't really describe it. I guess it's maybe it factor. He oozes excitement and energy. And I want...
I thought he was going machismo.
Yeah,
no.
Come on.
There's only one that did, Anywho.
No, I agree with everything you're saying about Brian Huff.
I wonder, though, if Jake Ely is going to be in the driver's seat. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Jean-Paul is going to put on a technical masterpiece, because up until this point, we haven't seen that from him. He uses tricks and chicanery to get the job done.
That's fair.
But Fields and Huff are going to beat the hell out of each other. And Fields,
110%.
And Fields, I interviewed him before and after OCW
great
Ignition.
interview, by the way. sir.
Thank you. I got my work in. I got my 10,000 steps in for the day.
Yes, you did.
I did. There is a coldness and a viciousness in Brandon Fields that I have never seen. He wants to prove.
That's our wrestler of the week last week.
He wants to prove that he didn't need the entourage, but the entourage needed him. And more specifically, Nick Hahn. He was not very complimentary of Nick in either one of those interviews. I don't know how that bodes for Brian Huff, because we haven't seen Huff, and I don't know. I don't talk about ring rust because we know that these guys are wrestling every single weekend somewhere.
Right.
But you haven't been in the OCW ring in a few months, and you haven't been at Kim Tam Park at Melanie Springs. That's a tough place to wrestle. You've got concrete all the way around, pavement, asphalt. So if you dive like Bryant Huff does, you got to be careful because you're going to come up with road rash. Yeah. It's a very tough thing. The high flyers tend to struggle at Kim Tam Park.
Well, no, I mean, I agree with everything you said, and it's going to be different. Nobody besides the mime has seen this unhinged version of Brandon Fields that we're seeing. So the fact that he's going into this tournament with a so-called chip on his shoulder might bode really well for him, because for a while, how much gold did the entourage hold? None. If Brandon Fields can bust through this tournament and actually defeat Chuck the Truck Morris to hold this gold all by himself, that makes a statement about Nick Hahn is in Brandon Fields and who was holding who back.
That would show right there that Nick Hahn is trash.
I mean, I said that on the broadcast, not that, but I said that Brandon Fields was being held back a little bit by Nick. We're going to find out. I don't know, but it looks like a completely different person. He's like a Terminator. He's like an absolute Terminator out there.
It's an interesting way to look at him, Paul.
So let's talk about the other matches. I mean, obviously, we have the Thunderbird versus the Master Mime, Jean Paul and Miserable, who is one of Pauly's favorites.
But, I got to spend time with the Mime before OCW Ignition, actually. That was kind of nice.
I got to go with the Thunderbird when it's 4th of July.
What'd you guys talk about, Pauly?
Oh, we talked about a great number of things, actually.
Like what?
He was busy chopping wood, and my God, is he an amazing lumberjack? I mean, there was just, and you can check this out for yourself on OCW Flash.
Solid form. He's got the form down and everything.
He has an amazing form. Like when he brings that axe over, I got to be careful. I accidentally grabbed the axe. That's my fault. When he brings the axe over, he brings it down with. Everybody has an axe in their house.
Was he splitting this wood with ease?
Yes. This is a very strong man. I think people are underestimating the strength of Jean Paul Le Miserable.
I get that vibe. Jean Paul's is a fucking monster.
Don't underestimate the power of the Thunderbird.
He's an absolute unit.
Okay. The Thunder kick could just as easily kick that box that Jean Paul's building right down. All right.
I agree with you, but can I shoot something back at you here?
Sure.
What is the mayor of Thunderbird? What the hell? Is he going crazy? Does he think?
No.
I talked to him about this.
What are you
talking about? He thinks this is a real thing. I don't think he understands that this is all in his head.
Pauly, that's because you've never been to Thunderbird. You wouldn't get it.
You're complaining about me talking to a mime, and you're trying to go to a fictitious place.
I've been there. We went. We just told you about it. We just told you about it in the pre-show and how awesome it was there and how much of a great time that Dean and I had. We were downtown Thunderbird, baby.
How are you able to say that with a straight face?
Just saying.
How much does Ely pay you every week to come on here and say these things that you know aren't true?
Nothing.
Maybe we should bring Ely on here and tell you for himself.
Dean was there. Dean was there too.
You're literally.
It is a beautiful place.
We saw him.
As much as it sounds like Pittsburgh, I hate Pittsburgh, but I love Thunderbird.
We saw him at Neo Pro. We saw him after the show. He said, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" We said nothing. We got nothing going on. He asked where you were, and then decided he didn't care, and then said, "Hey, just I'm gonna send you a pin."
He flew us the Thunderbird.
He sent me the pin on the phone to drive there. Boom, Thunderbird. It was glorious. We had burgers with onion rings on them and eggs. And then we went to the karaoke bar and just sang our hearts away all night long, arm in arm. It was fantastic. You're just jealous, I think, because you weren't invited.
I'm never jealous of somebody having an enjoyably good time. However, I don't know how many mushrooms you might have been taking that week.
0. None.
Because I think you were, quote, tripping.
Uh-oh.
Nope. So we also
no sir, Bob.
So your pick is going to be Jake Ely for everything.
I don't know. I don't know if Jake will win the whole thing, but to win this match, definitely.
Okay, so
I got like a little teeter-tottering about who I
are you guys doing predictions on this? Because we can go through the whole bracket. I'm curious.
I got like a mixture between Wilbur Whitlock and Brandon Fields. As much as I love Wilbur, I think I'm going to have to go with Brandon Fields winning the whole thing.
All right, well, let's go match by match. Who you got winning, Jean Paul and Jake there, Dino?
Jake.
Okay.
Thunderbird. Pauly?
I'm the commentator. I can't make a pick on that.
Okay, that's fine.
Blink twice for
What's
Jake,
the next match,
blink
Pauly?
once for John.
Blink. This isn't a hostage situation. I'm making an unbiased commentary decision.
If you want blink, that was one. If you pick John Paul,
that's blink.
Hey, if you want bias, go talk to the werewolf Drew Starner. I'm sure he will give you enough bias on every single one of these matches.
He's probably writing a Dear John letter to Nick Hahn.
He hasn't been the same since.
No.
I miss you so much. Please come back.
Dear Nick, things are just not right without you by my side.
Oh my God.
All right. Next match to face who is going to go up against the winner of Jake Ely and Jean Paul?
That would be Brandon Fields versus Brian Huff.
Okay. So out of this one, and again, this one's probably, I would say, the toughest first round match.
On the Huntington Beach bad boy.
Exactly. But then we got this Brandon Fields character who is just a completely different wrestler than the guy we used to see.
Pauly pissed him off in the interview.
I didn't piss him off. He was already pissed off.
You brought up some touchy subjects. You hurt his feelings and pissed him off. You got him going. You brought up.
I'm an interviewer. You do what you got to do to get the information.
You sick.
I mean, Pauly's I mean,
can somebody clip that for me? I'm going to need that for something else.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Brandon. I got to.
You're gonna go with Brandon?
I mean, well, I said earlier it's either my pick was between Wilbur and Brandon winning the whole damn thing. So
Brandon would have to be.
But Brian, that's not.
I mean, we're not keeping points anymore, and I kind of think Brandon is gonna win. But I'll take Bryant because it could happen too.
No, I was about to say, like, if Bryant was to win this match, I would not be shocked at all. I'd be actually pumped too.
Yeah,
it would be a hell of a match.
I know that we got Asher Knox going one-on-one with who, Pauly?
Wilbur Whitlock, who has turned over a new leaf in OCW. This is a man who at one point thought he was being held back by OCW management, comes out at Ignition, turns the tables, does his thing.
Coming off some positive momentum.
I'm happy to see Wilbur here in OCW.
Sorry.
Us too.
Sorry.
We love Wilbur.
Tell Slam freaking Zilla we said hi.
I will.
So who you got? Mike, Asher or Wilbur?
I can't pick against Wilbur, but I can't pick against Asher. Who'd you take, Wilbur?
I'm taking Wilbur, but just like we were talking about a few episodes ago, Asher.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not counting Asher Knox out ever again in my life. Every time I do, he makes me look like a fool. every time. So I don't know who to pick for this match. This is my probably toss up that I'm like, I don't know who to pick. So if Dean's picking Wilbur, I'll pick Asher just based to be different.
Okay. Fair.
The DDT or the pile driver is looming for him.
Yes. You gonna call that pile driver?
I mean, I call every pile driver.
You better bring it.
Does Wilbur use the pile driver?
Someone's doing a pile driver throughout that night, and I better hear you scream.
I'm just saying, if you guys maybe put in a good word to Wilbur, he's your buddy, right?
I'll come up from behind you.
Hit him with the pile driver.
I'll come up from behind you.
The last time that I saw a pile driver happen at OCW, I looked over at Pauly because I didn't hear him, and I should have heard him. It should have been loud.
I'll do what Shayna did to Ronda last night. I'll do to you what Shayna did to Ronda last night. I'll choke you out.
You wouldn't be the first person to threaten that.
And then the last match
this week,
future Jacob Rose going against the made man Gino DiCapo, correct?
Yes, that is the
which is
final first round match.
Interesting. If Gino and Asher were both win, they would have to go against each other
in the semifinal.
Would they go against each other? That's my question.
You think Gino or you think one of the other would just lay down for the other?
I don't.
I think Gino has a lot of money and likes to make investments.
Ooh.
And they were business partners for well over a year now.
I mean, that's true.
They were. They still are, kind of. It's not even like.
I mean, if Gino can get past Jacob Rose, he could find himself in the finals in a blink of an eye.
And you heard what Gino had to say. He's tired of waiting around. He's taking what's his. He's going after what he deserves. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm really excited. Gino, this match. Every time I've seen Jacob Rose, same kind of deal. He's just every time he gets better and better. It's the same kind of as a Bryant Huff scenario with him. I've only seen him a few times. I'd say I probably count 5 to 10 that I've seen Jacob Rose, and every time it just gets better and better. So for him to go against Gino, he could come up, this is a make a statement win for the young guy. You know what I'm saying? To go up against the veteran kind of OCW and Gino to pull out a win here would be big for Jacob Rose.
Huge.
But like Dean said, Gino wants it. Gino is ready. He's going after what's his.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to have to go with my fellow Italian meatball and pick Gino DiCapo with this one.
I'm just going to sit here and point out they don't call him the future Jacob Rose for nothing. The future could be now. And a big win over Gino DiCapo, then potentially a big win over Wilbur Whitlock would set him up for a finals against potentially Jake Ely. He would have defeated one of the longest reigning heavyweight champions in history, a former Heritage champion in his own right, and a man in Wilbur Whitlock who is well traveled for 20 years, I believe it is.
Yes, sir.
That would be
Wilbur's a crafty veteran.
That would be unbelievable momentum for Jacob Rose heading into Chuck the Truck Morris 1 week later in Mogador at Summerfest. And
so does it go? It goes. Let me get this real quick, Pauly. Heritage Grand Prix, Mogador, Polinomania.
Yes, that is our 3 straight weeks of OCW action.
I thought the last 2 were flipped. Look at my candies. Dude, yesterday at the wedding, just real quick, because yes, exactly. Look, you see how, yesterday at the wedding, dude, they had bowls of them on the table. I was like, yes.
You just went through and went,
they are the
dump.
I want them. They're so good.
Oh, yeah.
I'd grab the whole bowl. It's dumped in
the
bag.
Why do you think I got a handful?
Mine.
And does anybody object? No, we're good. This could be a good union right over here.
I was just about to say, I know this isn't wrestling related, but I'm going to go ahead and shout him out real quick. Congrats to my brother Zach and his new wife Jacqueline yesterday. They got married, and dude, it was awesome. I got to be the best man, and Amanda lost $5 because I didn't cry during my speech.
You didn't cry?
Congratulations. I didn't cry during my best man speech.
Not during my speech. I almost did. It was close.
The odds on that were like plus 200 for me. I really am disappointed. I just lost $12.
Yeah. It was kind of like the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs moment, where the tear starts falling and you're like, get back in there. Right back in there.
Wait, was there a tear?
Oh, maybe some eye watering. I didn't tear. No, like I didn't. I will say though that I made a part in my speech, and I put it in my speech, and there was probably like 2 or 3 lines about Danny and Jizzle. And when I said the first part of it, I felt myself get emotional, so I cut the rest of it out because I didn't want to cry. We were having a good day. It was a lovey day. It wasn't like trying to make everybody sad or, with my stories. They were good stories. I had, it was a good time. So congrats to Zach.
Congratulations, Joe.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
They're going to Vegas. They're going to Vegas on honeymoon, so I hope they win big.
Speaking of winning.
I don't know where you're going with that.
We have an all-star tag team match with the winners. And Lord Thomas the Brute and Chuck the Truck
This
Morris.
match could be
Sorry, I genuinely did not know where you were going with that.
I do well. Did I do good?
That was great.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
This match right here, though, could be something crazy. Chuck the Truck Morris, teaming up with probably one of the most biggest forces, I guess you'd call him, in OCW, in the heavyweight champion, Lord Thomas the Brute, versus the winners. Okay, now I understand that nobody really has anything to gain in this match other than bragging rights. This is just a, hey, we're better than you, or hey, we're a better tag team than the 2 solo champions.
It's literally our all-star game.
This is going to be a banger.
Who has the best looking titles? What's your favorite OCW title? Which one is your favorite? The tag team championships?
Mine?
The heavyweight championship, the Heritage, or the women's?
The Heritage title is my favorite.
This is mine too. A nice title.
I love the
them
heavyweight title, but the Heritage title is probably my favorite because it's in the state of Ohio. It looks cool.
The heavyweight championship is the prize that everyone's going after, and our heavyweight championship is fantastic.
It is fantastic.
I have to go with the heavyweight championship. It looks like something you would battle for, and that's what it's always meant to
I just love Ohio, Paul. That's why I like it. Okay.
Then you should join our club.
Can I join it?
You're not.
What's the name of your club?
The BCC.
Can I join it? What do I got to do? You guys gonna jump me in or something?
If you see me sneak up behind you, you have to just
who's in this club?
like
you and Henry?
You guys
did you hear me?
Yeah, I'm ignoring that and moving on because there's no need for that.
We're gonna take over your club. Don't play with us. We'll turn into Speedy Boy Combat Club.
It's gonna be bigger than
have a shirt.
SBCC, baby.
I'm about to make it.
Boom.
I'm about to make it. Piledriver Combat Club.
To go back, Jesus Christ. To go back to the All-Star game that we have in front of us. This weekend that's coming up, the July 8th through the 11th, that's going to be the MLB All-Star game. And you're going to hear about All-Stars all throughout that weekend. This is our version in OCW of the All-Star game because we have every champion that's active in the company set to go to battle.
Yeah.
And no, you're not going to win their championship, but bragging rights amongst the champions. You talk about the tag team champions, the winners. You know Jimmy Shane and Robbie Starr want to win that match. That's why they challenged for the match in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
100% because they want to be able to say, "Hey, we beat the Heritage champion and the heavyweight champion." We're the. Go ahead.
We also don't know when that match is going to happen on the card. Will Chuck the Truck Morris, the Ohio Heritage champion, be distracted by his potential challenger next week?
We shall find out.
Maybe they'll even show up at ringside.
I was going to say, what if the whole tournament goes down and that's supposed to be labeled as the main event? Because it's the All-Star, I would think that's going to be the last match of the night. We do this whole tournament, and let's say that Wilbur wins. Wilbur comes out and stands right next to the ring, and distracts Chuck the Truck Morris during the whole match.
If I won a damn thing, I would. I want to let my presence be known.
What about if it's Jake Ely or Gino DiCastro? Those guys have a history with Chuck already. that's already in the back of his mind that he has to worry about. Or somebody like a Bryant Huff or a Jacob Rose who only had minimal contact with Chuck in the past. He has 8 potential opponents right now for Mogador.
Yeah.
That can't be a 100% focus heading into the All-Star Tag Team match.
Hell no. Because again, not only does he have to think about them, if you think about it, they all have to walk past each other's locker room in the back. What if you don't know? What if you pass one of them in the hallway?
Yeah.
Like,
there's been some names for Summerfest already.
Mind games galore. But we have had some names announced for the next event, which is Summerfest after the Ohio Heritage Grand Prix. A couple of them I'm really excited about. Dean, who you got?
Warhorse, the back in action.
The greatest tag team in the history of Ohio Championship Wrestling.
Hell yeah. Bray McKenzie.
Vibe check.
Hold the vibe, baby.
Love us some Bray. And then our boy Colton Quinn and Izzy Lambert is going to be coming back.
Izzy Lambert's a crazy son of a bitch.
He is.
The dude, he is crazy. He just twice at Neo Pro. This motherfucker just shows up and cracks people because he wants a match. We talked about it last week on the show.
The kendo stick.
Dude,
how much does this cost? Like, how much does it cost to get him to hit somebody with a kendo stick? Because I'm
about to see how much he'll take for me to.
I might be able to get Drew back finally.
Ooh, that's a good idea too.
Well, we'll be there, so we can ask him how much if he's running a side business where he's popping people with kendo sticks.
$25. Bam. Enjoy.
Bam. We can hit the 25 to crack the werewolf. That's it.
Yeah, but we could probably start like a GoFundMe and Believe Land Media and get that done in like a day and a half.
Do you mean? There's 4 of us, 5 of us with Zoe. We'll just toss in $5 game time.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Taking one to the head with that kendo stick.
Colton Quinn and Izzy Lambert will be at Summerfest.
Hell yeah.
Bray McKenzie, Warhorse, already a stacked event. We don't have any matches yet.
Well, we do have the finals of the Ohio Heritage Championship match between Chuck the Truck Morris and whoever wins the Grand Prix.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. No, none set in stone. I apologize.
That is true.
But
there you go.
Didn't I also see that DD Trash would be back at Summerfest?
Yes. I am eager to see if
Warhorse
and DD Trash collide.
What about that's a number 1 contenders match for the tag team championships?
Or a triple threat.
Or a triple threat tag team championship match. Dean, I know you weren't at the last one. Let me just point back to last year. Pure Trash Ron Mathis was in the crowd, had all these boys going nuts. DD Trash was heavily DD Trash is over. We've seen them over everywhere we've gone. But at Mogador, they were over. Like Cody Rhodes' first day in WWE pop.
Oh, hell yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that one picture of Ron Mathis like this in the stands.
That's awesome.
It was a good event.
I heard the fans were lit at Mogador, so I'm excited to experience that.
Mogador is loud. It is one of the most fun events that we broadcast. It is also one of the most difficult events that we broadcast because it's so loud.
Did we get some good food too?
I literally last year I remember I was sitting next to Drew and we had I think Chuck on guest commentary at the end of the table. I could not hear Chuck. Yeah. I could barely hear Drew.
Well, they come out and then, like I said, last year it seemed like, I know we're not a school, but it seemed like the whole Mogador High School was in the one section. And them boys were going rowdy. It was like we had a student section. Do you remember student section in a football game? That's what it was like.
I'm excited for this.
It was good. So that'll be a great time next week. But like we said, this week we do have the Ohio Heritage Grand Prix. Lots of big events or lots of big matches to determine a number 1 contender for Chuck the Truck Morris's title. A giant all-star studded, everybody packed in it, tag team match with all the gold. Pauly and the werewolf on the commentary table. I'm going to be running the camera. Hopefully, if I make it on time, my kids got softball. But
I'll be doing the music and ringing the bell, baby.
You might be running the camera if I'm not.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you might be running the camera.
Shit. I ain't running nowhere.
And then after that, we have
literally.
Summerfest. After that, we have Summerfest. And then on July 22nd, we have Polino Mania from OCW at Polino Sports Bar and Grill. And then also on July 22nd, we have Saturday Night Slam. Don't forget the moose out front, or ask the moose out front. Brandon still hasn't found a moose. And I
told him I'll dress up as a moose.
In the last video, did you see the last video, the Seduce Moose?
Yes. I loved it.
That was hilarious, by the way. So that was really funny. But yeah, I posted something on our Facebook page that, you know, on July 22nd, there'll be softball tournaments going on at Victory Park, but over on the other side, there will be some wrestling. And it's going to, every time we've been to Victory Park for Mega, it's been a phenomenal show. Yeah. Every time. So I'm really looking forward to Saturday Night Slam. I won't be at Polino Mania, which really saddens me because that's another event that I absolutely love hanging out with you guys at. Polino Mania kicks ass. So I'll be upset that I missed that one. If they have a special edition shirt like they did last year, Pauly, I'm going to need you to grab me one.
Was it a cool shirt?
It's got, also, hold on.
He's gone.
While
we're waiting on this, shout out to Wrestling Revolver. They had Cage of Horrors over the weekend. The Unit and Phil Stamper beat Jessica and Masha Slamovich, just like Phil was saying on last week's episode. Shout out to the Unit with the victory at Cage of Horrors. Shout out to that Second Gear Crew. SGC beat the Rascals in a Cage of Horrors match, become the new tag champs. Love it.
I need people to stop sleeping on Masha Slamovich, by the way. She is going to be a huge
By the way, Masha and Killer Kelly as a tag team in Impact is the tag team I didn't know I needed. And I fucking love it.
Yes. I'm going to use your segue, though, and I'm going to back because you guys didn't give me a chance to get in. I know you watched Impact. Did you see the return of the Circle 6 champion showed up on Impact? And Trey Miguel didn't know what to do at first, and that was probably my favorite thing. Trey Miguel didn't know what was going on. And the Rascals are back, baby.
Well, I don't know if you've been following Circle 6. Vinny Massaro took the championship.
I know he took it. He didn't win it, though.
I know. But they're like kind of like, I'm interested to see what's going on. Their so-called new champion, Vinny Massaro and Forza, over some bullshit.
I knew he took it. I didn't know they were calling him the champion.
Yeah, no, another member of Forza took him out. Vinny got on top, and then the member of Forza counted 1, 2, 3. And he took the title, ran off down the street. We'll see what's going to happen with that.
I'm eager to see what happens, by the way, with Impact, because they're about 2 weeks out from Slammiversary. So
I got that shirt.
Yeah, look, I'm disappeared. There I am. Yeah, it's a good shirt. If they, it's a cool shirt.
That's a cool shirt.
So
Pauly?
lots of local wrestling coming up. I know that on the 4th, Jimmy and Will the Thrill are defending their tag team titles in War Wrestling. So Jimmy will be busy on Independence Day. I know there's all kinds of stuff going down. I mean, we do share. I will be sharing as I try to do every week. Our man Phil Stamper posts an indie wrestling sheet with every indie wrestling event all across the United States. It's actually a godsend. So I'll be sharing that as soon as he gets it together. It's probably one of my favorite things to read, even though I'll look for the ones that we're going to because I think it's cool that they're on there. Right. But then again, I look at all
there's so many.
I'm like, wow, this is cool. This is so cool.
There's so many different shows.
Indie wrestling is alive and well in 2023. Thank God. Because where we were, I mean, you look at 2020 when everything got shut down, and we were really genuinely worried that this was the end of indie wrestling. And to see it not only come back, but come back in the biggest way possible and thrive, fantastic.
I agree, 110%. Indie wrestling's awesome.
Love it.
It kicks ass, basically. So.
Hell yeah, dude.
Normally we do a top 5, Paul. You know this, but as Pauly stated last time on the show, we have a new segment when Pauly is on the show with us. Pauly's Ponderings. Look, he's all excited. Pauly, do you have a question for us this evening?
I do. So, with it being the 4th of July weekend, there is one event that always comes to mind about wrestling on the 4th of July. We all remember Yokozuna on the USS Intrepid and everybody and their brother trying to slam this man. So what I'm going to question you with is this. If you could go back in time and rewrite history, whom would you have slam Yokozuna instead of Lex Luger? Lex cannot be your choice. He is not an option.
Who was Hogan feuding with at the time?
I think it was Sid.
I think it was Sid too.
Right,
that's why.
Because 1993 was just weird in the WWF.
It really was a weird time then.
Maybe Taker. Maybe like a dead Taker. The dead Taker, because that was when he was white-faced and shit, right? Yeah. Probably dead Taker.
Even, he's still about a... Well, he'd still be about a year away from it.
Okay.
Because he'd be a year away from the purple gear and the Undertaker Faker match.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably have Vader or Bam Bam Bigelow or something. One of my big guys that I love.
Diesel.
But I don't. I'm trying to think if they were even involved with WWF at that time.
I don't think so.
I think they were
saying, Vader,
New Japan. And
I don't
ECW.
think Bam Bam was.
I think Bam Bam was in ECW.
What about time. Diesel?
No. Where was Bam Bam? I think Bam Bam was around there.
What about you, Pauly? Who would you pick?
It had to be an active WWF guy at that time.
Yes, it had to be somebody who was actually in the company that could have done it.
Who do you pick?
I think the best person to have done it would have been Macho Man.
Okay.
Because he was unassuming at the time. He was doing commentary with Vince McMahon. Nobody would have seen it coming. He did try.
If he would have slid out and tried to do it.
Well, he was co-hosting the event. It was on USA Network, as I recall. And it was him and Todd Pettengill. If he would have actually done it, second half of his career, he doesn't even end up in WCW.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
That'd be an interesting one. God, I'm trying to
Diesel
think of the roster on it.
Right?
Yeah.
Diesel was in there. When did Shawn Michaels debut, Pauly?
Well, he debuted at around WrestleMania 4 because he did both WrestleManias in New Jersey.
I was gonna say that was the Rockers, though, right? He was Rockers then.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did Shawn Michaels and Diesel come in? Like that Shawn Michaels. Was it 94?
I think it was 93 because it would have been HBK was with Sherry at WrestleMania 9. So it would have been shortly after that. It would have been in the lead up to this, probably a year or so away.
Yeah, so Diesel. I would have picked Diesel.
That's a good one.
Because was Kevin Nash there yet?
Diesel with you Diesel just slams fucking Yokozuna, and then Shawn Michaels goes on to have the kind of career he's had do the same thing, the same concept with Diesel. Like he was already the powerhouse of the group, clearly, but having slammed Yokozuna and completed that feat would have just made it that much stronger.
Yeah,
almost makes you wonder if that happens. Does Diesel beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 12 then?
You know what?
No. Brock Lesnar. No. Brock Lesnar broke the streak.
I would. All right. So, in honor of 4th of July, I'm gonna pick my guy, who I would pick to rewrite and slam Yokozuna if he could. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, my man.
There. Oh.
I think he was actually part of it. Part of it.
Like trying to do it, couldn't do it.
Yeah, because the weird thing is, at one point on the WWE Network, they had the original footage from that event, not the actual broadcast footage,
but the hard footage
of the event. And it was kind of weird watching this whole thing. Because, I'm a nerd, wrestling nerd. I have nothing better to do than watch the hard footage from a 1993 Yokozuna Slam Fest.
I'm looking at the roster now.
You said Diesel was there?
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Diesel works.
Diesel.
Hacksaw
Big
Jim
Daddy
Duggan was
Cool,
there
baby.
too.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the first ever Royal Rumble.
Yes, sir.
The first official Royal Rumble.
My mom used to date a guy named Mark that looked just like Hacksaw Jim Duggan when we were kids.
Did you hand him a 2x4 and go?
Dude, every time we saw him, we went, oh.
What if it was the Repo Man that fucking body slammed Yokozuna?
Yokozuna never recovers.
Never.
It doesn't do anything for
What
Yoko.
if it was Howard Finkel?
The Fink.
So I'm imagining he gets
Bam Bam
to this
Bigelow
point
was
and
part
then
of the 93 roster.
crushes back on him.
Yeah. So, yeah, yours would work, Dean. It could be Bam Bam.
Bam Bam
Or
was on the
Hacksaw. Pauly takes
Atom
Macho
Bomb.
Man.
God, there's some names I
Ooh,
forgot
yeah.
all about here, dude.
Brian Adams. Don't sleep on Brian Adams.
Bart Gunn. What if Mean Gene
Bart
Okerlund did
and
it?
Billy.
Or Howard
I was
Finkel?
saying Bart and Billy were probably there in 93 as
Yeah,
the
Billy was
Smoking
there, too.
Guns.
Yep.
Bart Gunn already ruined the Brawl for All. We don't need him ruining Yokozuna's slam on the USS Intrepid.
The Giant Gonzalez.
We'll talk about this real quick, and then we're going to get off of it and say our piece. How did Bart Gunn ruin the Brawl for All, Pauly?
By making it to the end and facing Butterbean.
That's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a boxing match where anybody had a chance, and Bart Gunn took it as such and went out there and beat the shit out of them people.
He got embarrassed, though. Man, did he get embarrassed.
Look, okay, let's be 110% honest here. Dean's probably one of the biggest guys I know who's not a big fat dude. Dean would get embarrassed. Dean would get embarrassed by Butterbean in a boxing match.
Probably.
Butterbean would beat the shit out of Dean.
Probably.
He'd beat the shit out of me, you, and Dean put together.
So, all three of us.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
fucking, dude, he's Butterbean.
So how does that start? Which one of you throws the first punch while I try to take
I'll throw the first punch.
Yeah. I'm going for the, you ever watch Three Ninjas? You got to make the eyes light up, dog.
Well, how do you sense his ass? How do you
If you're scoring at home and you saw a Three Ninjas reference today, congratulations, you win.
Yes, sir.
If we were the Three Ninjas, you'd totally be Tum Tum.
Yeah. There it is.
If we were the Three Ninjas, Pauly would totally be Tum Tum.
Yeah.
It's okay, Pauly.
It's all good.
All right. Well, that's all we got. Everybody, make sure you get over this weekend. Check out all things OCW. Get your tickets for OCW Ohio Heritage Grand Prix this Saturday. Kim Tam Park at Melanie Springs. It's going to be a banger of a show.
And
next
keep in
week,
mind,
we got Summerfest.
Those next two shows after that are free.
Summerfest and I was getting there. Summerfest, the week after that, in Mogador, free show. Come to Summerfest, get some good food, some lemonade, and come party.
It's for free.
The show after that, Polino Mania at Polino Sports Bar and Grill. Look, I even got the address on the back of my shirt right here. Oh, it's in Canal Fulton. Doesn't have the address. Canal Fulton, Ohio. Polino Sports Bar and Grill.
Google it.
That's a free show as well. Get on down to OCW on July 22nd. Also on the 22nd, Mega Championship Wrestling is at Victory Park in North Ridgeville, Ohio for Saturday Night Slam.
Yes, sir.
And credit to the folks at Victory Park. Victory Park is going to be really busy this summer. They've got all kinds of softball. They've got Country Fest and Buzzard Fest back to back.
Yeah.
August 4 and 5. So it's going to be busy out there. Yeah, it is.
All right.
Go follow Yo Pauly and our boy Justin at Double Play CLE. We love you guys. Appreciate you. Go buy oh, by the way, didn't you guys pick up AEW? Pauly, did you pick that up? I know, Mike, you haven't got a chance to yet. Did you get AEW Fight Forever?
No, I have not yet.
It's fun.
Would like to. I've heard the graphics are a little bit sus, but the gameplay is pretty solid.
It's made by THQ. It's made to look like No Mercy.
It's made to look like a No Mercy game.
Shit.
That's what it's supposed to be.
I love it. It's not going to look like WWE 2K23, and I'm tired of people comparing it to it. It's not what it's
That's
meant
fair.
to do. It's their intro game. I think it's great. They've done a hell of a job so far. I'm having fun with it.
It's got a huge nostalgia factor from what I've heard, and
Yes.
I'm about that.
Yes.
I saw a picture of Aubrey Edwards with every belt in the game.
Yes, you can have everyone come out.
You can on your entrance, you can have up to 6 championships, I saw.
Yep. Go around the neck,
So-
everything, dude. It's awesome.
Somewhere Bob Holly is sitting there going, yes, put the belt on him.
I just got an achievement. You gotta eliminate 10 plus over 10 people in Casino Battle Royale. I did it with Abaddon.
Oh no.
It's an intergender Casino Battle Royale.
Abaddon's just chucking
do it with
people
Abaddon?
out.
People. Huh?
You have to do it with Abaddon, or you did it with
No,
Abaddon?
you can pick whoever you want.
Oh, okay.
You just gotta get 10.
All right. Oh, nice. Well, that's what's up. I'm gonna have to pick it up as soon as I can. I can get some stuff. Softball wise, softball's first. I got to buy a catcher's mitt.
If you guys want, let us know. I'll stream it on
Slam
the Piledriver Twitch. We'll figure this going. We were supposed to do that with 2K22 last year. We just never got it going.
Do that and do some Uno.
Yes, we should have a special Piledriver episode or Double Play CLE episode of just Uno, and we'll stream
Crossover. We can all scissor.
Scissor me, daddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the best in the world. That's the big dog. That's the hammer. Make sure you get over to Believe Land Media. Follow all of our stuff. Guardians of the CLE.
If you shoot fireworks off this weekend, do it safe.
Shoot some fireworks off.
Do it
freedom.
safe. Don't blow your hands off. Don't do dumb shit. Eat some burgers.
With that being said, happy 4th
That's
of
the
July,
weirdest
everybody.
finish ever.
With that being said, happy 4th of July, everybody. Be safe.